Hello, friends. A famous poet once wrote, "My pain may be the reason for somebody's laugh, but my laugh must never be the reason for somebody's pain." As sad as this may sound, it is the truth today. Our story is about one such case, which happened to a 16-year-old girl from England called Shannon, and a story that you could not envision or read in any book. A few years passed, a schoolgirl from Portsmouth was going through likely the worst period of her life. Prom was just around the corner, and like for any girl, this day was special for Shannon, and she had been dreaming about this day for a long time. She spent many months choosing a dress she wanted to look beautiful, or at least like herself. Why herself? Because in our story, because of her classmates' ridicule, not only was Shannon forced to miss the celebration, but she spent it by herself with tears in her eyes. Our heroine is a very pleasant and sweet girl, but people, especially teenagers, can be very cruel. It wasn't until 9th grade that Shannon began to have problems with her classmates. But 2 years before graduation, it was determined that she was suffering with serious illness, ulcerative colitis, and arthritis, and with that, her battle began. After a month in the hospital, the girl began to notice unkind looks from others. At the beginning, it was just teasing and mocking, but then came the insults, which came through social networks. This was very upsetting to deal with. "They used to call me the most cruel names I can't even repeat," said the girl with tears in her eyes. Her phone number even had to be changed, but the ridicule did not stop. But be that as it may, it was the 11th grade graduation, and Shannon decided to go to prom like every other schoolgirl. But just a few days before that special night, she came home in tears. As the girl's mother Claire recalled, literally the night before prom, Shannon told me that she wasn't going. I knew that something was wrong, and when I asked my daughter what had happened, she said that her classmates were planning to go to a restaurant, but they hadn't invited Shannon. They didn't even tell her about it. It was so heart-wrenching for me to look at my daughter and know that I could not do anything to help her, but as it turns out, later, help came from an unexpected place. That night, Claire, holding back the tears looking at photos of her daughter in a new pearl white dress, which she had tried on days before, she looked so stunning, but also so sad that her mother decided to share on her Facebook page the photo. Here is what she wrote. "This is my beautiful daughter in her prom dress, but unfortunately, she won't get to spend the evening the way she wanted." After a short time, other users started replying to the mother's post, curious to what had happened and why Shannon was not attending the prom. Then, Claire had to share this story, and at the time, she never could have predicted what would happen next. Claire's post started getting shared in her hometown, and then strangers started commenting that the girl deserved to have her special day. Soon, there were people offering to hold a graduation ceremony, especially for Shannon. The massive amount of people who wanted to come and support her was nothing short of amazing. As Claire later said, "I couldn't imagine it was possible. I had never met these people, and they were saying that they prepared to come to my daughter's party." Then Claire thought, well, why not? We can have our own graduation. After, the Shannon's mother made a social media post with the time and date, and invited absolutely everyone to the celebration who would read it. She could never have imagined what would happen next. On July 22nd, when the day came, relatives and friends of the family decided to support the girl's graduation, and when mother and daughter arrived at the party location, they were speechless. The entire main street of the town was filled with people. A vast number of unknown men and women had come to support them. all of whom were in fancy dresses and elegant suits. But they weren't alone in attendance. Bikers even responded to the event, and 100 motorcyclists came from another city that day just to support the graduate. As one of the motorcyclists later said when he saw the post, "We didn't hesitate. When all the guys heard about it, it was a unanimous decision." The girl was even given a ride on a motorcycle to the building where the celebration was supposed to take place, and when the bikers and Shannon arrived, 2 men took her in their arms and carried her into the restaurant. When she arrived, it turned out even the restaurant owner had generously helped to organize the special day. It seemed like the whole town had come out that day. The photographer had to stand 20 yards away in order to take a group photo of all the guests. It was the most wonderful day in the girl's life. She danced all night and laughed and had fun with her new friends and relatives, and had the biggest smile all evening. Shannon herself shared her excitement of the evening. Claire and her daughter were very touched by the fact that complete strangers had come out to support them and made the celebration unforgettable with their presence. They all had their own busy lives, but they still found the time to come and support. It was incredible. After word about the unbelievable prom spread through social media, even celebrities and royals were in support of the girl. 2 weeks after that joyful evening, Shannon got to meet with Prince William, and later with the celebrity bike racer Shane Byrne. Another note to mention is that after 100 bikers had come to support her, the girl's problems with the school bullies vanished, and the cruel comments and mocking online have stopped. So here's a story that shows that people will come to the rescue and support those who are in need and show that there is still hope in the world. Let me know how you felt about this story and engage below. That's all for today.